Hey friends, welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Big Daddy.
Thanks for joining us today. We are headed to check out a flea market and see about possibly getting a booth there. Before I talk to the lady, I want to see what this flea market looks like and, kind of get an idea of how it's run and the type of items that's there. I did look online and saw that there is at least one other booth that would have crochet stuff. She didn't have a lot of crochet stuff, but the stuff she had looked really nice. Looks like she has good crochet skills. So it's over 120 booths, and they're actually adding on an expansion this next month. And so, it's probably space for 2 crochet booths, if it's no more than that. If it's like 5 or 6 crochet booths in there, it wouldn't be worth it to me, but we'll see how it goes. And let's walk through this thrift store and see what they got. Huh, Big Daddy? Huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. We'll see y'all when we get inside the store. Okay, friends, we have made it to Trinket's Flea Market, and so I'm just walking around looking, at the different booths, seeing what kind of inventory people have, and there's lots of different things in there. Like, it is a variety of stuff to pick from, and, all booths have different types of stuff. Okay, and so I did ask the lady about the other crochet booth, and she said that she just pulled out because she's going to be doing some markets and she can't have her stuff in the booth and do markets with it. So that's good news for me. But I'm going to show you where my booth is going to be. I did rent a booth. I've already paid for my March booth space. It's going to be in this room right here, but it's going to be in the middle of the room. As we turn, we'll see. Well, in a minute, I'll show you exactly where it's going to be. The lady who's in that space right now is moving over to a bigger space. That's it right there to the right. We just kind of passed it. Maybe we'll see it again. I don't know. I don't remember. I didn't know at this time that that's the booth space that I'm going into. Until the end of it, whenever I talked to her, and she showed me different spaces that she had available, and then I went ahead and told her, yes ma'am, I want to get one, and paid my rent for March and everything. So I'll be moving into my booth this next week. This lady that's in the booth right now, she needs to move her booth in over to another booth that she has to kind of make a bigger booth. And so, yeah, I'm happy to get that space, and I like the space that it's at. This little room here that we're standing in right now. And like I said, I didn't know at the time I was filming this that was going to be my booth space. So I didn't pay that much attention to it, but it's on the right here. We turn the corner. It's the one on the end, not this one that we're looking at right this minute, but right past it, across from where that lady's standing. That right there is my booth space that we're staring at right now. So it's 2 foot wide and 8 feet long. And so I do have 2 shelving systems that are 4 foot long. So together they will make 8 foot. And I'm going to set those up in that. They're, I think they're 5-tier shelves. They're metal shelves, and they're 5 shelves on each one. So I'm just going to set those up side by side there. And actually, it's behind my back right now. My booth space is. My back is to it. Anyway, yeah, I'm excited about it. My booth is in the middle. And so people will be able to shop my booth from both sides and the end cap. So I need to have my booth, you know, stuff facing outward on both sides. There's not like a back to my booth. Either side can be the front. And so that's it, right in front of us in the middle of the room. As I get my booth set up, I'll be taking video of it and showing, you know, the outcome of it being set up. And then on days when I go and restock my booth and move things around, clean it up or whatever, I'll be making videos showing, you know, how I rearrange stuff and what it looks like. And I found a shelf there that I wanted, not for my booth, but just I wanted it. Big Daddy's carrying it around, and he found a little Coca-Cola box that he wanted, and so we each got a box, a shelf thing. I don't know what he plans on doing with his. I don't even know what I plan on doing with mine. I finally talked him into going to leave them up at the counter and not carrying them around with us. But as you can see, there's just so many booths there. She has over 120 booths already, and she's expanding into a new area. My shelves are like that, except they're 5 tall. Oh, that is 5 tall. 3, 4. No, it's 4. Mine are 5 tall. I think they're 6 foot tall. And so I have 2 of them that's just going to sit side by side. And I can put large crochet stuff like that big huge sea turtle can go on the very top. And I have that big old huge Harry Potter that I can zip tie to the end. So, yeah. Well, it was a lot of fun walking around and looking at all the booths and seeing everybody's, you know, booth inventory. It was, I say a lot of people have trinkets and just whatnots, and some people have household appliances. Some people just have vintage stuff, books. Some people have clothing. I mean, it's a mixture of a lot. So I can add other things in my booth if I want to, but I'm going to try to keep it mainly crochet. I might have a shelf where I, you know, put something else also. Like I have some dolls that I want to let go of, and so I'll probably put those in there. I have just a lot of things that around here that I need to just let go of instead of holding on to stuff that I'm not using or it's no longer bringing me joy. I need to, you know, set it out there so somebody else can have the joy. The booths are all different sizes. They start out at like 2x4, 2x6, and 2x8. And she ended up giving me the 2x8 at the 2x6 price. And so I was like, okay, and I questioned her about it, and I said, okay, can you write that down for me? And she wrote it down for me and everything, and then, you know, and then I paid her for next month's rent and got it, all our paperwork signed and done away with. That is the new area, like that store that's next to it closed, and so she rented that space and they tore the wall down to spill over into that store space. So she's now has 3 store spaces. I'm pretty sure it was 3. Mine, the one that the boot room that I'm in, is another store space, and then this big store space here, and then the new one. And so she's already got all those booths rented in the new space. Yeah, she's already got that full of booths. You know, people are just waiting to come set up. And they're hoping to come set up. That's Nita Biscuit. Remember we see that sign when we were in Shreveport? And so there was a 10 with that on it. Big Daddy pointed out to me. It was interesting, but we didn't need it. Lord knows, we don't need anything else. I don't know. He might have wanted it. I didn't even ask him if he wanted it. I figured if he wanted it, he would have took it and put it on the counter. Or brought it around with us or something. But yeah, I mean, there's a whole booth of just blue jeans. It's you know, lots of stuff there. There was a couple of booths that had homemade items, and she said one of those ladies, I don't, they might both, but the one I was pointing out to her and asking her questions about, she said they do really well, and they're in the same room as me, and she said that lady knows a lot of people, and they come there to see her booth, and so they'll have to walk past my booth to get to her booth. So I was saying they'll have to walk past my booth to get to her booth, so it's a good thing they'll see my stuff too as they're headed to her booth. So yeah, and so when we left there, I called Dakota, my oldest son, and I said, hey, I just got a 2-foot by 8-foot booth at Trinkets, and he said, I just got another booth at Frog's Flea Market. That's the flea market he's in, and he has a booth there, and he said yesterday he just got another booth. So he has 2 booths there now. And so it looks like we're both just getting back into the flea market booth stuff. He's had a booth for a while. And you know what he sells the most in his booth is stickers. He said he sold 50 stickers in like 2 days. He went up there and restocked. And in 2 days' time, he has sold 50 stickers. Wow, that's just crazy to imagine, you know, but people buy them. And so he got another booth across the store to put like houseware stuff in. And so he is going through his boxes of stuff when he packed up and moved. He's been moved since like November, and he said he hasn't like even missed some of the stuff that's in the boxes. So he's just going to put that stuff in a flea market booth and see what happens. Maybe he can unload it. But anyway, I don't know what sells best at this store, but I do know this. There was a lot of people in there. It was, when I was checking out, there was a line to check out. When I was talking to the lady, it was backed up. There was a line. It was more than one person working there. But it was a line of people there, you know, ready to check out and such. And so, yeah, I had walked around kind of twice because I thought maybe I missed that other crochet booth because I didn't see any crochet stuff. And she had just posted pictures in February of her booth, and it had crochet stuff. And she tagged the store, and that's how I was able to see her booth. But it was just like last week. And then I asked her, I said, isn't there another booth that has crochet? And she said, no, she pulled out just last week that she decided she's going to do markets and not a booth. And so, and she's a young girl, and she looked like she was in good health and stuff, so she can do that. I just can't hold up to do markets. I need my stuff just in one place and not have to drag it around and unpack it and pack it and all that kind of stuff. So this is going to be perfect for me. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, my stuff's going to sell well or not. I have no idea. And I was kind of looking around trying to get an idea of prices. A lot of stuff was priced just really, really cheap. Like yard sale prices. But when you're having to pay a booth rent, you need to have inventory prices to cover your rent. If everything you sell is $1, then you got to sell like 100 of those things. No, my booth rent is $60. So I have to sell at least $60 to make my booth rent. My idea is I'm going to have a lot of $10 items. And if I can sell just 6 of those, I'll make my booth rent. So if I can sell 6 $10 items a month, that'll be good. I will have other things that's, you know, more expensive or maybe even less expensive. Who knows? But I'm really going to make sure I have a lot of $10 items. Because you want, you know, you want to have inventory in your booth to cover your booth space. Plus you want to have inventory to get a check. And so it's all about your inventory and your prices of your inventory. So anyway, there's just lots of neat things. I just love looking at all the booths. I ended up buying some wiggly eyes, that blue shelf Big Daddy was holding, and a Joker doll, like Batman and Joker. I bought a Joker for $4. And Big Daddy bought a Coca-Cola shelf thing, box shelf, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, people still had Valentine's stuff out, and because they hadn't got up there and, you know, took care of their booth yet, because it was just Valentine's Day, I guess. And so, and then a lot of people were putting Easter stuff out. So I will be getting in there in the beginning of March, probably the end of this next week when it's just turning March. So I hope to have some Easter stuff, but maybe maybe some St. Patrick's Day items also, just a couple, not overloading it with that, but just a couple of things, and some Easter items and all my other crochet items that I have in some boxes. And yeah, I've got plans. It's a lot rolling around in my head, and I'm fixing a display for my little Wooble plushies, the little Woobles that I've been making. I have a display idea for them so that they will be seen on both sides of my booth. And so I'll be showing you guys that, and just showing you, you know, like, as we're building my booth up, which is just putting together those two shelves. In the past years, me and my kids were actually like build shelving units and different things out of old dressers and wood and nightstands and Chester drawers. We would take the drawers out and just use the shell of it and make shelves and stuff in it. But I'm not up to that, and I don't have my kids to help me. Big Daddy's not up to doing all that, so the easiest thing for us to do was to go buy some wire shelves. So that's what we did. Bought some wire shelves, and it's gonna be good. It will. It's a lot of booths in there, just everywhere you turn. And then as I even walked back through like a little second time, I saw stuff I didn't see the first time. And yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It can be overwhelming just to see all that stuff at one time. And there's lots of little rooms and little nooks here and there. I asked Big Daddy, did he want that picture for his office, and he said no. It was a quail, I think, but he said no, he didn't want that picture. All the booths had such cute items. Like, I could have just spent forever looking in all the different booths and enjoying it. It is fun to look at flea market booths. I think me and Big Daddy kind of just traded places there. He went in where I came out of, and I went in where he was. And so I was just looking around to see. I thought I saw something for my friend Angela, but it didn't turn out to be what I thought it was. Yeah, it was that, but it didn't turn out to be what I thought it was going to be. So, yeah, I just put it back and went on, kept on walking. I was getting kind of wore out by now. We had walked around forever, and I still needed to go pay for the few items we got and talk to the lady about getting a booth. And so I'm really happy that I did go and talk with her today and just got in on a booth at the nick of time, because like I said, she's opening that third space over there, and she's already like gridded out booths, and they're already rented. The people are just waiting for them to finish painting that room so that they can get in there and build their space and add their stuff to their booth. So I don't know how many more booths that's going to be added to what she already has, but it will be a lot. And there was lots of traffic. I think I said that. I'm not sure. But there was lots of traffic there. People stopping in, seeing what was new and stuff. So that was good. I felt good about it. Now I may get in there and people not be interested in my stuff at all. But hey, I can pull out at any time. There's not a contract. So if I'm in there a couple months and like I'm not selling anything because people don't care about crochet stuff or whatever, I can pull out and I can say, well, at least I tried. And that's what Big Daddy said. He said, if it don't work out, you can just bring your stuff home, bring these shells home. We'll use them somewhere in the house. I mean, yeah, I can always put yarn on them. But, yeah, it's a lot. It was a lot in there. I had to set my purse down so I could look at something. Oh, it's Elvis, but he looked like he had been, I don't know, he looked really weird. He was $5, but, he looked kind of a little bit crazy. I wanted to look at that stuff more, but I was wore out by now. I love bracelets, and so I was wanting to look at those and see what all kind of bracelets she did have, but, I started to get those. It was $5 for, I think, 4 bracelets. But I didn't. I thought, well, I'll be in and out of here a lot now. So I thought I'll be in and out of here a lot now, and I can always look back at that booth and see what kind of bracelets she has later on. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you coming along with me today and follow along with me on this crochet flea market booth space. I hope I can fix it up cute, and I hope it will do well, but we'll see. We'll just have to see what happens. You know, all you can do is try, and if it doesn't work out, then at least you tried. That's the way I'm looking at it anyway. I'm gonna give it a go, and if it don't work out, it don't, but if it does, great. And, you know, I'm glad Dakota's doing well with his booth. His is over in West Monroe, and I'm in Monroe, even Lakeshore, where this thrift store is, or flea market store is. Anyway, guys. Alright, well, this video is ending, and I will see y'all in the next video. Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate you all so very much. Y'all mean the world to me, and thanks for the encouragement to just do this. Y'all really encouraged me to do it, so here I am doing it. Remember, it's a beautiful day to crochet or enjoy any other craft that brings you joy.